Hello and welcome back, my fairies. I am Matsuyorific, and we are back with episode 20 of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. This is Revelation. For those of you who are new to this channel, the way that these reviews usually work is I talk about what we already know about the episode first, and then I go and watch the episode and come back and tell you guys my thoughts. So, we don't really know anything about this episode, at least I don't know going in. Apparently there was a trailer or some leaks, but I haven't seen any of those, so I am going into this episode completely blind. But there are two things that I am expecting out of this episode. Actually, three. But I will get into the third after talking about what happened in the previous two episodes. So in the previous two episodes, we got two storylines going on. There's the storyline with Felix, who is using the Peacock Miraculous and is now active in Paris. In episode 18, he was trying to protect Adrian and Kagami from the control of their parents, and he made everyone disappear but them. He left Marinette, and I see that as him approving of Marinette after hearing her talk so passionately about how, you know, she understands him and she doesn't want him to feel afraid to tell her things, and that she totally understands that he can't disobey his father, blah blah blah. And he's just thinking, this is a good person. She is good for Adrian. I'm gonna leave her alone, because otherwise Adrian would be miserable without her, and I'm not gonna do that to him. And then in episode 19, we see that he has been thinking about Kagami ever since they talked about at the Diamonds dance, and he has been thinking about her a lot. He started following her around, which they do acknowledge was creepy and wrong. And he and Kagami basically end up getting together. And then when they're confronted by Ladybug and Cat Noir, Kagami actually stands up for him and tells them that they're wrong about him and that she had been too, and it's really sweet. So this episode very well may continue off of that, with them trying to figure out if Felix is an ally or not. Aside from that, we've also got another storyline going on where at the Diamonds dance, you know, we found out that Gabriel has forbidden Adrian from telling Marinette about the dance because he doesn't want her interrupting. They misinterpret that, and she winds up going anyways just to tell Adrian that, you know, you didn't have to hide this from me. And it turns out to be Felix. But then Gabriel decides that, you know, that was the last straw, and he doesn't want Adrian around Marinette anymore. And then the following episode, we see Marinette basically telling Gabriel off after Gabriel threatens her to make her choose between her future in fashion and her future with Adrian. It's like, I can make your fashion dreams come true, but you're not gonna have Adrian in your life. And she tells him off for it. And then the consequences of that turn out to be that Gabriel is now going to be sending Adrian to London at the end of the year. So Adrian's got that to think about now. So that's going to be another thing that hopefully they'll address in this episode, because it's coming up right after that. The third thing, this is a theory that I've had for a while now. This episode is called Revelation. My theory is that this is going to be the episode where Felix finally tells Ladybug and Cat Noir that Monarch is his uncle Gabriel. Because the next episode after this is Confrontation. And what better confrontation is there than to confront the man that you now know is Monarch? And I'm hoping that that is the case, because I would love to have a couple episodes dedicated to the fact that they're now dealing with the fact that Adrian now knows that his father is Monarch, and Cat Noir knows that his father is Monarch, and I would love to see that expanded upon, because we only got a little bit of that in Collector, where he's just so shocked and worried that Ladybug is correct about his father being Hawkmoth. But then at the episode, but then he's like, oh, he's Collector. He can't be Hawkmoth. You call this a good thing? it's like, yes, in Cat Noir's book, this is a good thing because he was worried there that his father might be his enemy. You killed my father! No, Luke, I am your father. Sorry, it's just the whole Star Wars thing. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling about what might be in this episode, and I am going to go watch the episode, so I will be right back. Alright, well, I just got done watching episode 20, and the revelation that I was expecting was not the revelation that we got. So, I guess I probably looked pretty silly to people who already saw the leaks and knew that this was going to be about Lila. But yeah, so the episode was about Lila. She gets replaced in the alliance with Kagami, and Gabriel is trying to push this idea that Adrian and Kagami are the perfect couple so that people start shipping them, and people have started shipping them, and their class was even really confused. Like, your father does know that you're not with Kagami anymore, right? And that you're with Adrian, and you're with Marinette, and you're living this great love story. And it's like, yeah, he knows, but he didn't tell anyone that he's being shipped off to London, though. That's not even the main focus of the episode. The main focus is Lila's reaction to all of this, and she is not happy that she's no longer being a part of the Gress brand at all. She goes to confront Gabriel, and he's like, yeah, you're nobody. You know, that whole thing of you being the face of my brand, well, that was just as an agreement so that you could keep an eye on my son and keep him away from people like Marinette, and you failed. He's now with Marinette, and so I have no reason to keep you around anymore. And Kagami, she's way better for my son. She's better for my brand. You're replaced. You're gone. You're nobody. Get out of here. And Lila's like, yeah, you are going to regret that, Monarch. Not to his face, obviously. So then she manages to manipulate the class that they need to have another election because, oh, I wasn't here for the last election. I was out of town. It's like, excuse me, you were not out of town. You had not transferred into the class yet. Marinette got elected a class representative in the middle of season 1. And Lila joined their class for the first time at the end of season 1. It's not that you were out of town, you weren't part of the class yet. Also, before that, we did get another scene of Lila trying to be like, oh, you know, Lila's a liar and everything, and I need to go back, So, oh my goodness, I'm doing too far. So yeah, in class, it's revealed to Miss Bustier that Sabrina has been doing all of Chloe's homework and has been giving her cheat codes for tests and everything. And it becomes clear to her that Chloe has done no work all year. And Marinette's like, yeah, we've all known this. We've all known that she cheats with Sabrina, that Sabrina helps her with everything. She's been doing this for years. And Lila is like, oh, well, you know, there's good for Chloe and everything. She's like, Chloe, we're friends. Why didn't you tell me you were having trouble with school? But this whole thing has Miss Bustier caught off guard. Like, oh my gosh, we're failing this student. She's so gifted and everything, but we're failing her. It's like, oh my goodness, you are not failing her. That's just Chloe. It's her entitlement. And then Lila's like, we should have another election because I didn't get to be here. And Marinette's just so distracted with her relationship with Adrian to be able to do anything as class rep. So I should be class rep. And they talk at lunch. Well, Marinette and Adrian talk to Alya and Nino at lunch, and Alya loses all of her brain cells for this conversation. Because once again, she's like, Marinette, you keep saying that Lila's a liar, but you have no proof. You know the proof! You know that Marinette is Ladybug! You know that when Marinette said that Lila never knew Ladybug, you know the proof of that because that's Ladybug telling you that. And then Adrian, seeing that, seeing what Marinette's actually been going through, because it's the first time he's really been part of the Lila conversation, it steps in and is like, no, Marinette is right. I should have spoken up before, but Lila's a pathological liar. She's just really good at it. And, oh my goodness, Alya and Nino, they completely miss what Adrian said and add in context that's not even there. They're like, oh, that's so sweet of you to stand up for Marinette. It's like you're a real couple. It's like, that is so patronizing. Saying, oh, it's like you're a real couple. They are a real couple. But you don't have to defend Marinette in situations like this. It's like, oh my goodness, why? And then Alya pulls Marinette to the side and is like, listen, even Ladybug needs help. You know, Ladybug accepts help from Scarabella. And Marinette's like, yeah, the difference there is that I trust you. I don't trust Lila. And it's like, will you please just tell her about how Lila actively sabotaged you and Cat Noir when you were fighting Oni-chan? Because she did. She actively sabotaged them. She pretended to be hurt so that Cat Noir would focus on her and leave Ladybug alone to be captured by Oni-chan so that he could get Ladybug's miraculous. Lila actively sabotaged them and was not under any mind control. She was not akumatized. She did that of her own free will. Oh my goodness. Like, somebody please explain this to these people. Oh my goodness. And maybe Cat Noir needs to tell them this. I don't know. But, yeah, so they're still believing it. So they go back to class and Miss Boustier's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna rehold the election. So Lila come up and she's like, yeah, I'd like to nominate Chloe as my deputy. And, you know, Marinette's just been so distracted that she hasn't been here for any of us as class rep. And I want to be here for you all. And I want to show you that nobody's beyond redemption, not even Chloe. We can help her turn her life around. And then Marinette goes up and is like, listen, you know, we've all tried helping Chloe. I've tried reaching out to her. Miss Boustier's tried reaching out to her. Ladybug tried reaching out to her. Adrian tried reaching out to her. All of you tried reaching out to her and none of that worked. So I don't want to waste my time on somebody who doesn't want my help. I'd rather spend that time helping you rather than trying in vain to help someone who doesn't want help. And then Lila comes along and is like, oh my gosh, Marinette is right to call me an idiot. It's like, she did not call you an idiot. Marinette's right to call me an idiot. I'm just so upset over this whole thing with the Alliance because the truth is I didn't convince him. He just fired me out of the blue and I'm just so upset. I'm having the worst day and I thought that I could help people if I could help Chloe, but I can't even do that. I'm worthless. And she runs out and it's like, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go and get Monarch's attention, but I'm going to say that it's directed at Marinette. It's not at Gabriel, it's at Marinette. So, Marinette is told that because she's the class rep, she has to go and comfort Lila and talk to her. So she goes and tries to talk to Lila in the bathroom, but she overhears Lila making the deal with Monarch about, you know, accepting the Akuma. The power that she receives is that any lie that she tells people is automatically accepted as truth. So she basically brainwashes people into accepting anything that she says, regardless of how ridiculous it is. And he gives her the power of illusion so that she can create illusions to make her lies seem even more believable. So she records with Alliance an illusion of Marinette sneaking off to transform into Monarch and saying, now I'll get this evil Lila, now I'll get this Lila girl, she's gonna be so punished. And she convinces everyone that Marinette is Monarch. And I even paused the episode there before that to be like, you know what, she's probably gonna tell everyone that Marinette is Monarch because she has the power to make anyone believe her lies. If I was in Lila's position and I had the power to make anyone believe in anything that I said, regardless of how ridiculous it was or not, I would tell people that she was Monarch. And yeah, I was right. I predicted that she told everyone that Marinette was Monarch. So everyone starts searching for Marinette, but the people who are not wearing an alliance are not brainwashed. So Adrian, Milen, and Ivan are all unaffected because none of them are wearing an alliance, which allows her to control them. I think her name was like Hoaxer or something. Yeah, I think it was Hoaxer. But everybody then goes searching for Marinette, including Alya, who's like, yeah, I know where to find Marinette eventually. And she goes to Marinette's room. Thank goodness she didn't go and tell Lila that she was Ladybug. But anyways, you know, she goes to Marinette's room to hide out and wait. And, you know, Marinette and Adrian go to transform. And Marinette Ladybug uses her lucky charm and gets a sewing machine. And this is going to come into play later as a continuity error, but we will get to that later. So she gets a sewing machine, which tells her to go to her room. So she tells Cat Noir, you know, I need to go get some things, I'll be back. And then she goes to her room and starts looking around, like, there's supposed to be something in here that can help me, what is it? And then Alya attacks her, and she's able to subdue Alya, and she realizes, oh yeah, I need Alya for this. So she removes Alya's alliance, because they did test this out earlier with Roger. Oh yeah, Roger makes an appearance this episode. They tested it out earlier with Roger, and they removed his alliance, and Roger was suddenly broken free of the spell that was controlling everybody. So she knows now that by removing the alliance that she can save Alya. So she removes Alya's alliance and gives her the earrings and says, I need you to go take care of this for me. And so she detransforms and gives Alya her miraculous, and then she goes to confront Lila as Marinette. Basically is like, you know, if you need someone to be there for you, you know, I'll give you a second chance. I'll be there for you if you need me to. And then Lila pretends to reject the Akuma, and then we get a continuity error of Scarabella having the exact same lucky charm that Ladybug had. And it's like, did the lucky charm not vanish when Marinette detransformed? Because we were just talking about that last episode, that when Ladybug detransforms, her lucky charms disappear. So, what? Oh my goodness, it's like they don't even care about this stuff anymore. Oh my goodness, this continuity is, that was so forced. Her having the exact same lucky charm and everything. But she fixes everything goes back to normal. But what the heroes are not aware of, and not even Monarch is aware of, is that while Hoaxer was controlling everybody, she reached out to everybody separately and said, and gave a lie. So she gave 3 lies. First was Marinette being Monarch. Second, she came up with this other ridiculous thing that Ladybug and Cat Noir are aliens from Saturn, and oh my gosh, this is so gross. And they want to use their special fart magic to destroy the ozone layer. So you need to go and capture Ladybug and Cat Noir so we could save the planet. Let's go get Ladybug and Cat Noir, but cover your nose. Why? Why was it fart bubbles? Why? Like, I get this show is being made for children, but it's also being aimed at young girls. It's not being aimed at 3-year-old boys. Haha, farts. Haha, farts. Haha, haha, farts. Seriously, your audience is more mature than that. But the last thing that she came up with was that there was another lie about Gabriel. And Monarch does not know about this because he removed his alliance to ensure that he would not be controlled by Hoaxer. But Natalie still has her alliance on. So she sets out another lie that Gabriel is also from another planet, and that he's got secrets hidden in the Louvre, and that if anyone else knows any other secrets about Gabriel, they should send them to her, but not through the Alliance, through a cell phone, and send them to her through her phone. So Natalie, while brainwashed, gets up and goes into her vault and takes all sorts of pictures of, places they'd been, that costume from the previous season that Gabriel made for that performer, I forget his name, but he turned into Psychomedian, the episode that we waited forever for. We see that costume that he made, the French fry costume, and also a bunch of other stuff about him being monarch and everything, and what they're achieving. And she even sends her a picture of Emily and her ring and everything. And it's like, oh my goodness. And she actually did send all of that through. So now Lila has all of that stuff, and it's on her cell phone. So after she gets deakumatized, she goes back to the school, she destroys her alliance, and then grabs her phone and sees all these pictures that Natalie sent her with all the evidence that Gabriel is monarch. So I was wrong about Ladybug and Cat Noir being told by Felix that Gabriel is monarch, but there were still revelations made that Lila now knows more about Gabriel being monarch, and now she's also got her actual confirmation that yes, he is indeed monarch, her suspicions were correct, and also that Natalie is in on it, because Natalie's the one who sent her all those pics and stuff. So she now has all of this incriminating evidence against Gabriel to use at her leisure. And we also get 2 other scenes aside from that. So Adrian is talking with Marinette in private, and he kind of apologizes for saying before that, that they should wait on exposing Lila, because, making a bad guy suffer has never turned them into a good guy, is what he said before. And that was actually, really profound of him, and that was one of those scenes that made Marinette, love him even more. And it's like, that was a big Adrianette moment for me. It's like, oh, yes, this is why he's so pure. It's what makes him such a great character. And Marinette even tells him, that wasn't, that was his kindness coming through, and that was one of the things that made her fall in love with him even more. And that, the kindness that he gives to people is proof of his own kindness, but there are some people out there like Lila who don't deserve that kindness, because, he gave that kindness to Lila, he gave that kindness to Chloe. Even though they didn't deserve it, he is still that kind of person who gives kindness to people when nobody else will. And that's one of the reasons we love Adrian so much, and that's one of the reasons why Marinette loves him so much. It's because of his kindness. It's like, yes, show us more of why they love each other. And he even, as Cat Noir, when he was watching Marinette talking Hoaxer down, he's like, I love that girl. I'm like, aww. He said that lie that he used to say about ladybugs, like, wow, I love that girl. Oh my goodness, I loved that. But, so Adrian is, no longer, he feels bad that, he held off on exposing Lila, because now it's making Marinette look like the bad guy. It's like, I'm glad he's finally clued in on that, because he was not a part of those conversations before. He did not know that Marinette was that people were acting like Marinette was the bad guy because of Lila, that Lila was making her look like the bad guy in these situations. And now he realizes that keeping quiet about Lila has actually been hurting Marinette. So he's no longer going to be quiet about that. And then apparently the class unanimously chose for Lila to become the new class representative with Chloe as her deputy. And Chloe is clearly not happy about being the deputy, but she's still playing along because this is Lila's plan and they're doing this to hurt Marinette. And Alya's just like, I'm so proud of you, Marinette, for forgiving Alya, or forgiving Lila and trusting her. And she's like, I don't trust her. I'm letting her have what she wants so that the class can eventually see the true Lila. And Alya looks kind of concerned about that. It's like, Alya, you are her best friend. You know that she is Ladybug. And that anything that Marinette says about Lila and Ladybug is true because she is Ladybug! Why? Where is your brain throughout all of this? I really thought that she was gonna start trusting in Marinette when, after the whole thing with the episode Ladybug, where Lila got Marinette kicked out of school, and Alya's like, oh no, it's all a misunderstanding. Lila didn't set this up. It's just a misunderstanding. I'm gonna come to the bottom of this. Clearly somebody's trying to sabotage you, but it's not Lila. We don't know that. We have no proof. But then afterwards, she actually gets in the way of Lila because she sees Lila on the train trying to wake up Marinette and Adrian when they're having that cute little nap together a few episodes later. And Alya gets in the way and is like, yeah, but Marinette's, as you can see, she's exhausted, so why don't I help you? And it's like, I thought she was on board with all that, but even now that she knows that Marinette's Ladybug, she's just, where is your brain, Alya? Why do they have to dumb everybody down just to match this whole thing with Lila? I don't get it. Like, so much of this stuff with Lila is just so forced. A lot of this episode is a lot of really forced contrivances. You know, there's a lot of good stuff in this episode, but there's also a lot of stuff that's like, this is not good writing. If there were just a couple of tweaks in this episode, this could have been a good episode, but I don't really care for the fact that so much of this episode just feels forced. A lot of it just feels forced. Like, your best friend that you know is Ladybug is telling you that Lila can't be trusted, and you're still saying, oh, I don't know why you don't trust Lila, she's such a kind person. And then you finally get someone else who's like, no, Marinette's right, Lila's a habitual liar, and she's really good at it, she's not to be trusted. Oh, you're so sweet, Adrian, for standing up for Marinette just because she's your girlfriend. Oh my goodness, this frustrates me to no end. Anyways, yeah, so that's this episode. I am looking forward to hopefully more about maybe Lila's. I don't know if Lila's going to reveal him or if this is how she gets a hold of his Miraculous. This very well could be how she gets a hold of the Butterfly Miraculous, because it is hinted at in Chrismaster that, or not in Chrismaster, in Time Tagger, that she may very well be the future butterfly holder, that she's the future Hawk Moth. So we know she's going to get the Butterfly Miraculous eventually, but it's not known if she's going to get it before Ladybug and Cat Noir get it back or not, because there's no way they would actually give her the Butterfly Miraculous. I mean, I could see maybe Scarabella gives it to her maybe in the future, I don't know, but there's no way Adrian or Marinette would trust her with that. No way Ladybug or Cat Noir would trust her with the Butterfly Miraculous, but we will see how she eventually gets it. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos from me. We do all sorts of fun stuff on this channel, including playing video games, we do art, and also sometimes talk about cartoons and anime. So if you enjoy this stuff, then be sure to ring that bell icon and never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I hope you all have a very magical day.